Welcome to my $100,000 stock experiment, year 3, week 51, ending April 2nd, 2020. The Melissa method is my attempt to implement the CAN-SLIM trading methodology developed by William O'Neill. I'm sharing my video diary of my stock trading. This isn't an endorsement to buy any stocks I bought or buy stocks in general. According to the IBD at investors.com, the market is in a confirmed uptrend. The S&P 500 had a nice week. It was up 1.1% for the week. All week long, it was above the 8-day simple moving average, and it closed at an all-time high on Thursday. The market was closed on Friday. The daily swings for the S&P 500 from the high to the low each day were all under 1% this week. That is a good trading environment for me. I did not sell any stocks this week. I'm not very good at building a watch list, so I'm mentoring a teenager named Ryder, and Ryder and I went through a bunch of stocks last week, and I came up with this watch list, and I ended up buying 4 of the stocks on the watch list: Deere, Resolute Forest Products, Raymond James Financial, and Scotts Miracle-Gro. Resolute Forest Products, stock symbol RFP. I held RFP in September 2018, and I sold it for an 11% loss in less than 2 weeks. Hopefully, it doesn't do that this time. RFP was on my tandem screen then, and it's on my tandem screen now. I think I also saw on the near pivot list in MarketSmith last week, but I'm not seeing it there now. Anyway, it was near a pivot again, so I took another chance. It is still a $10 stock, so price swings of a few cents can make a difference. It missed triggering my floor on Thursday by 1 cent. My tweaked screen shows that it's lacking on price, which we already acknowledged, and the EPS rating is a 74 where I wanted to see it be a 75. So I've held RFP the 3 days, and it was down 5.7%. Deere & Company, stock symbol DE. I bought this on Wednesday out of a 3 weeks tight pattern. The 8-day and the 16-day simple moving average, the pink and the green lines, have merged. But in the past few days, the stock has closed above the 8-day simple moving average, so that 8-day pink line should be moving above that 16-day green line in the next few days. Deere & Company has had a nice run since July 15th, 2020. It's gone up over 100%. Let's hope we can get another nice run in. The RS on this, the relative strength, is lagging at 87, where I prefer it to be a 95. I've held it for 3 days, and I'm down 0.8%. Scotts Miracle-Gro, stock symbol SMG. This is another stock that I bought on Wednesday. I've held it the 3 days, and it's up 1.8%. It was in the pivot on MarketSmith on the weekly and the daily charts, and it's on the IBD 50. It does have triple-digit earnings and sales growth. It had a power of 3 the previous Friday on 326, where I put that yellow arrow. That's where the 16-day, the 31-day, and the 50-day simple moving average were crossing and moving up. Raymond James Financial, stock symbol RJF. On the weekly MarketSmith chart, this shows in a pivot. In 2021, it's up over 30% so far. And the RS line, again, is lagging on this one. It's an 81, but it is going up. And it is making a new 52-week high. I've held this the 3 days, and it's up 2.9%. ArcelorMittal, stock symbol MT. MT is up 1.7% for the week. I made a B2 on Wednesday when it cleared the high of the previous Friday, and it had nice volume that day. I have 2 buys in this. My B1 I've held for almost 3 weeks, and it's up 8%, and my B2 I've held for the 3 days, and it's down 0.2%. The current holding bar chart shows 1 bar for each week or portion of a week that I've held the stock. The dashed black line is my $10,000 purchase amount in the stock, and the line at 9,200 there in yellow is my 8% floor. In the middle MT in the blue, you can see that it's steadily gone up each week that I've held this stock for the 3 weeks that I've held it. And the other stocks I've only held 1 week. DE over in the left in red is below the $10,000 dash black line, so I have a small loss in that. RFP in the pink, I have a larger loss in it. And then I have gains both in RJF and SMG. I'm not really happy with my performance this year in my year 3 experiment. I really wanted to hit my $200,000 and finally reach my goal of doubling my money. I felt like I was in striking distance a few times this year, but it doesn't look like I'm going to make it, as my experiment year 3 ends at the end of next week. After 2 years and 51 weeks, my $100,000 has grown to $169,754 versus the S&P 500, which has grown to $151,333. The current dollar value gain, I sort with the losers on the top each week. So each box there represents the week that I've held the stock and the gain or loss of the initial $100,000. RFP up at the top has a loss of $572, and DE also has a loss, but only of $78. The weekly percentage change for the week, I also sort with the losers on the top. For the stocks that I've held for just the part of a week, that percentage gain is since purchase, not for the entire week. So since I purchased RFP and DE, they are both down. Industry breakdown shows I'm most heavily weighted in cash. I have $113,000 in cash. And then I have some in agriculture with Scotts Miracle-Gro and Deere and Company. I have 2 buys in that metal stock, MT. And I also have investments in finance and miscellaneous with my paper product. The week-to-week change shows the change from last week to this week. Stocks that I held last week and still hold this week, which is the one stock MT, I had $177 gain from last week to this week. And the 4 new stocks plus the add-on buy that I made this week, I have a total of $189 loss. The numbers circled in the bottom on the left-hand side shows that the S&P 500 has gone up 1.1% this week versus the Melissa method that is basically flat but down slightly, less than a 0.1% change in value, about $12. For my year 3 experiment, the S&P 500 has gained 44%, which is crazy compared to my change of only up 17%, which is not very good. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my next episode, or better yet, subscribe to my channel, The Melissa Method. You can also check me out on Twitter.